Okay, everyone, this is kind of referring to the previous video that I just did on BIOS updates. Here we have an HP laptop. Alright, so I got it because this customer was saying that her computer was running very, very slow. So I did notice that she had a 4 gig RAM, 4 gig memory stick. I did replace that, and I put in two 8 gig memory sticks because they had two SODIMM slots. So now they have 16. First thing I did after I installed it, I booted it up, and then I immediately went to the task manager and looked at its performance. And yes, it did recognize the 16. And am I noticing a difference in performance? You bet I am. I'm not. I'm definitely not having to wait around as long. Yes, their desktop is cluttered still, but they have that there's a reason behind it. When I got it, that was one of the first things I did was I cleaned that up to try and see if they actually did need more memory in their computer. But right when I did that, the client noticed it on their end. So yeah, they have they got their computers all synced up, which I found out that the hard way. There was a service that they were using that I had never heard of. It was never mentioned to me either, but I found out the hard way. So, I got it all back up. But yeah, the computer's like that for a reason. But anyways, as you can see, HP BIOS update in recovery. The BIOS update was prepared successfully. Please restart this device to complete the update. You see that? So it's an easy update utility. So now since we've got that taken care of, click restart now. The computer is going to reboot itself, and then it's gonna pretty much get the new BIOS up and going. Just wanted to let y'all kind of see on maybe how to do it a little bit. I don't typically do this because that's taken a job away from me, essentially in a way. But here's a good idea of kind of the process that I do. As I said before, I took the 4 gig memory card out, and that's what the computer read, as well as that's what the motherboard was reading. Took it out, put two 8 gig memory sticks in, two SODIMM sticks in. As soon as I did that, it took it. I went to Task Manager to see if it was actually reading, and behold, it was reading it. So the computer is reading that it now has 16 gigs of memory, which is awesome. It's reading what it's supposed to read. And like I said, I do notice a significant improvement in performance. So I would like to think that as soon as I do the BIOS update, then I'm gonna check the Windows update, kind of like I found out from my previous client that it seemed to make their computer busy. They're gonna give me an update on that at some point in time or another, because otherwise, yeah, if you got a 16 gig memory card and your computer is only reading 4, something seriously up. There's a hardware malfunction somewhere, whether it's the pins on the motherboard or a faulty memory card. Even if the computer performance is lagging, it's kind of like it's not to me. It's not really a catch-22. It's like if it's performing good, it's like, do you want to go to all links to get it to where whatever you put on your motherboard, the computer reads? So I don't know about you, but I know I would. So all right, so here it is. An important system BIOS update is available. Look at that. It is recognizing. So let's go ahead and get that update applied now. Now, as you see, it's taking its progress. It's taking on that BIOS. But anywho, I was telling my client yesterday that if I were them, regardless if it moves good or not, I mean, it's integral. That every second, every minute, every hour, every day takes away from her work. I get it because she has everything on there. So I completely understood that. She was like, if it seems to be running way better after all the stuff that you did on it, I'm going to leave it be. I was like, all right, that's cool. However, if I were you, that's what I would do. I would still get that checked out hardware, especially if the manufacturer or the place that you got your extended warranty is supposed to do that free of charge. You know, if I got a 16 gig memory stick, I want my computer reading that. You know, just if it's supposed to do what it's supposed to do, then get that checked out. Something's not right. But if it does bring out an issue with work stoppage or something, and you really don't have a backup to use, then it may be a good idea to get that done. So yeah, this is how you kind of do the HP BIOS update. You let that rip and run. Then as soon as that happens, it's gonna kind of do its thing. It might do it. The computer might do a couple restarts. It depend. Every computer is different. So if I show you that this computer does one thing, and you do it on your computer, and you have an HP, and it does something different, that's normal. Let the computer do its thing. Every computer is different, to a degree. Not every computer, even though it's HP and HP, there's models. Different HP model computers do different things. So this video is going to be subject to this HP model. All right. So this is kind of how you do it. It comes up. As soon as it comes up, that's when I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna check out Windows security, of course, and check to see if there's any more Windows updates, because apparently if your BIOS ain't up to date, then you might be limiting yourself to any more Windows updates. And I'm even talking about Windows 11 updates as well. Because my client yesterday, she already had Windows 11 on her computer, so it was missing 7 updates from Windows 11. So even though your computer's 1 year old, 2 years old, whatever, the amount of time that, however long the shelf life was on that computer, there could be updates missing. So it's always good to check. All right. Again, if you have any questions, reach out to me, Philip at Phillips Computer Repair. Hope you enjoyed this video, because I don't do these often because it takes work away from me. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and show people how to do this. All right. Well, I hope y'all learned something, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Y'all take care.